Hello my dear friends, my name is Olga and today I came out to this beautiful park. We are in Vancouver, Washington, Klein Line Lake. Very nice weather today. Sunny, I see lots of ducks swimming around. I hear lots of birds singing and I hear cars on a freeway, so excuse the noise if you hear something loud. Today I came out here to record this video. I'm writing a book about the journey we have been through. So, number one, I want to tell you that this book is going to be out very soon. And number two, I want to tell you a little bit about what I've been writing about and how hard it has been for me. The reason I'm writing this book is because we have been through so much in this life. And I realized if it was this hard for me, so many people go through similar situations. I am lucky that in our journey we still believed in God. He was by our side. He carried us in his hands when we couldn't do it anymore. You know, in our journey we had people who hurt us, who told us that God is punishing us with an ill baby, and we had people who encouraged us and who gave us hope to live and move on. We have been through a very hard journey, and sometimes I call it a walk through hell. To tell you really quickly, in 2007, my husband prayed. He said, God, I'm very tired of being a warm Christian. I want to know who you really are. And he said, God, please send a situation in my life that can really show me who you are, and that I wanna feel your real presence in my life. When I heard my husband pray that, I had goosebumps on my body. I was like, I just felt that something terrible was gonna happen. And I thought, you know what? He knows what he's talking about. So, right after that, my husband, he has really changed. He stuck to the Bible. He read it so often and he asked so many questions. He did not understand a lot of things and he started researching on the internet. And he was telling me so many new things I never knew about, I never thought about. I am from a Pentecostal faith, and so we have our own way of believing in God. But here my husband started asking some weird questions. Like, why don't we celebrate Sabbath? Why do we eat prohibited food? Did you know Jesus was actually not born in December? He was actually born in September. And then my husband started talking about rabbis and Jewish nation and all these interesting things. So I saw that God was doing work in his heart as he asked him to. But on the other hand, lots of unusual things started happening in our family. We started struggling financially. I injured my shoulders. A year later, we got a layoff notice. I got laid off. So we were going through a hard time, but God helped us. He led us through. And a little later, when our financial situation stabilized, I got pregnant with a fourth baby. And when I was just a few weeks pregnant, it was so complicated. I saw a doctor and she says, Olga, you have two fetuses, one is not developing. So I was at a miscarriage risk, but luckily the second baby survived. 4 months pregnant, the ultrasound showed a very sad news. Our baby had a hypoplastic left heart syndrome and his left side of the heart did not develop. So the doctor told me, Olga, choose an abortion. He's not gonna live. And you know, for me and my husband, because we are from Christian families, that was not a question. We loved the baby so much. We wanted him to be in our family, and we knew that abortion was a sin. That was something that we could not do. So the next 3 months of the pregnancy were very hard. We saw our pastor, who unfortunately wasn't very supportive. He said, you know, check what you guys are doing in life. Maybe there's a sin in your life, because God doesn't usually give ill babies to Christians. That was painful. then we got a false prophecy that God would heal us baby in the womb, but he never did. And when I was 28 weeks pregnant, I developed preeclampsia, very high blood pressure, gestational diabetes, and I was hospitalized, and my baby's heart started stopping every 5 minutes. And I remember the doctor came to me and they said, Olga, do you want nature take its course, let your baby die, and we will induce you? Or do you want us to do the C-section, emergency C-section, and, give him every chance possible to live? It was such a sudden moment for me. My husband wasn't there with me. It was late at night. I was at the hospital. My husband just left home. So I had to call him. I had to ask his opinion. I had to call my father to see if he could go be with our kids for the night so my husband Olga could come and stay with me. It was complicated. It was complicated, but I couldn't reach my husband the second time I called him, so I had to make a decision myself. Death or life for our baby, even though he had a very ill heart. And I thought to myself, I can't tell doctors, don't save him. I have no right to tell them, let him die. And I thought, there is God in heaven who gives us life and who gives us death. And I said, God, I'll do everything possible to give my baby a chance to live, and you control the situation. So very soon my husband came, and I was already ready to go into surgery. I told the doctors my decision, and they were gonna do a C-section. So they did a C-section. Surprisingly, I had this unusual piece, and they took out the baby, took him out to the DNC, that's neonatal intensive care, and they took me to the intensive care unit for mothers after delivery because my blood pressure was so high and I could have had a stroke any minute. So, to be short, our baby had been for 6 months at OHSU in Portland, Oregon. He had an open heart surgery when he was 2 months old. He was born at 30 weeks, and he weighed only 3 pounds and 1 ounce. He was very tiny, so they let him grow, they fed him, and 2 months later he had an open heart surgery in his tiny baby heart. It is called Norwood procedure. After the first surgery, the baby was at the intensive care unit for a long time, and he was in coma for about 20 days. Doctors could not close his chest when they planned to because he was swelling up. The Norwood procedure that he had was the worst thing I saw in my life. I would not want for anyone to see that or go through that, but it was God's plan for me and my husband to go through this journey and to see what we saw. All these moments, how I felt, what questions I had, how we dealt with this situation, I wrote about in my book, which is going to come out very soon. I hope so. It has been six years. 6 years I've been working on it. So to tell you later what happened, after the first surgery, our son Elijah, he was supposed to have 2 other open heart surgeries, but at 4 months the doctor told us, Olga, his heart is getting weaker and weaker. He will not be able to survive the second surgery. So your choice is to disconnect his medications or take him for a heart transplant in California. And again, everything what happened, everything what we were going through every single life, my emotions of leaving the kids and leaving and being apart from my husband, I wrote everything in my book. So hopefully this book will come out soon. The reason I wrote a book is to help me heal, because it was way too much what we have been through. Luckily, I had very supportive neighbors who helped me, who encouraged me, who proofread. As you can hear my accent, my English is not perfect, but just because I had supporters who spoke English, I had to write my book in English language. I've been working on it 6 years. It was up to 400 pages. I had to work on myself, put all my feelings in, and then I had to work on myself, condense the book, and choose what was the most important thing I wanted to tell this world. The reason I wrote this book is because I've been through so much. I saw so much pain. I saw the reality of this life. I saw the reactions of people I didn't expect to see. We've been through so much pain, and I realized if it happened to me, it happens to other people as well. I was lucky to be guided by God. Even though He was quiet, even though He wasn't helping me when I needed help, I felt that He carried me in His hands. He gave us peace. He answered our hundreds and thousands of questions we had. We got our answers, and this is what I want to share with the world. I know lots of people, when they go through hard time, they go into depression. I know lots of families break down. They go into divorce. I know lots of moms, they just don't want to live anymore. They're so depressed. They cannot be happy. They cannot even give a smile to their kids or husbands. So the reason I want this book to be available for the world is that I want to tell the hardest time I've been through in life. And when people hear my hardest time, if they've been through similar situations, I know their heart will be healed. That's my goal, to help others, to heal the heart of others. Me and my husband, we have moved on. My family, we have still 3 beautiful children. Today our oldest son is 18, daughter is 17, and the youngest one is 12. We have moved on. We found lots of happiness in life. We're totally new people today. We are so positive. We help others. We see the pain of others. And I would like to thank my neighbor Russ and Sandy Hollisters. They helped me write the book. They walked me through every step of the way. And they proofread it, they helped me, they corrected. I want to thank all my friends, nurses, co-workers who also read my book. I want to thank them for their patience with me, with my limited English. Today, I'm at the point where my English book is at a final stage of editing, and I also just finished it in Russian, and people are reading and editing it as well. It will probably be also interpreted into Romanian and Spanish. I'm in process of that. So I want to give the gift of my book to the world. And I'm telling you, it's not easy to put my feelings in the book, but it helped me heal. Tears covered every page of my book. And I hope this book will be in the hands of those who are struggling, who are going through a hard time, who have lots of questions. And also this book is good for everybody else who don't have any hard times in life, but they may deal with a neighbor or a sister or a brother or a friend who has been through a hard time in life, who maybe lost their child or husband or wife, and they struggle, and sometimes we don't know what to tell them. I have lots of answers in my book. I explain every single situation I've been through, my questions, the answer I received. I'm writing about every situation when people helped me and when people told me something which really hurt me. And it will help you to know what is it good to tell when people is in trouble, or when people is grieving. Is it better to say something or just to be quiet? So this book, I hope, will be my healing balm to the world and to those who are hurting. I am not sure about the name of the book yet. My name is Olga Anischenko. Our baby's name is Elijah. My husband is Oleg. And the book is probably going to be something like our journey with God or in Elijah. Or I was also thinking the puzzle baby, Elijah the puzzle baby and his mission. I'm not sure yet, but I'm almost there. So please, if you could, give me a like and share this video with the world. share it so I can help, so I can reach many hurting fathers and mothers. And maybe if they can't, I'll get my book. If not, maybe nice people like you will buy this book and give it to them as a present, because I know it is a hard book to read, but it's also a happy book at the end, and it shows lots of joy and happiness in life, and it shows how to overcome those hard moments in life. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this beautiful park, and may God bless you.